think that my work right now is taking on a form, right? Being that it lives so deeply in the immaterial and in the sort of intangible and in the ephemeral, like in a lot of ways, I'm trying to get at something right now, especially during sort of the epoch that we're living in, that is generative and that creates upon itself and that folds in and outwards on itself. Water in a heat wave for me is an experiment. It's actually a fragment of an older work called Late October, which was a lot more operatic in scale, a lot more sort of elaborate in its installation and its presentation. I decided to really just blow it up and replicate it 4 times in the middle of this sort of floating in this concrete box, almost isolated like you would isolate like a genome or something in like a laboratory, right? Like it's just a piece of something that you put almost like in a petri dish and see how it can grow. I've instructed the performers to follow kind of a movement vocabulary that's really sort of my own, that I've developed over time with the teachers and the mentors that I've had, but also one that speaks true to them, because I think that this piece really is about something very deeply like personal and from the heart, and I'm having them collide with the other person slowly, somewhere between kind of aggression and intimacy, and sort of breaching and blurring the line between those two things. And we'll see.
As long as your body is still moving in the same direction, right? Your body is still moving towards the other person's body, your body can sort of be like, I'm still moving this way, I'm facing this way, right? So I'm still creating the same shit, the same pressure. And do not be too rhythmic.
Pause, do it again. If they don't come back, stand maybe, or just look up. Don't look at the audience. Don't look into the audience's eyes. I would say in all 3 of those circumstances, look either, flat out, like, your energy really, especially when you're on your own, right? Because when you're in pairs, you're going to be pushing against each other. Solo performing is very different. I'm interested in making is sculpture and poetry. And I think that once I've expressed that, what it does in the world is, I think about how it's consumed, of course, right? And my first thought is how the viewer is going to have access to the work that I'm making. And a lot of the sort of logistical challenges and even a lot of the aesthetic, what seem like aesthetic decisions, are actually largely to facilitate a viewing experience that I find feasible. I don't think it's reasonable to ask too much of the audience in a certain way. I like looking at sculptures, and I like walking around things, and I like taking phone calls, going out for a piece of pizza, and then coming back, and it's still there, and it's there for me if I want to stand in front of it for 5 hours or 5 minutes. I don't think in lines, I think in like circles, right? So like the idea is really that this should feel like it's happening in perpetuity, and that when people walk in, they feel like a total release of pressure to be allowed to observe this artistic proposition, this architectural and sculptural proposition that is maybe going to evolve over time, but that ultimately is holding space for them to be there, again, 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, and knowing that in either of those scenarios, they're going to get something not identical but comparable. I would like to think that whether I'm coming at something from left or from right, I'm still coming at it just as honestly. And I think that that's kind of a test of how like earnest the intention behind an artwork is if you can translate it differently and still feel the same fundamental current.
And use your knees as shock absorption so that you can move more easily and you don't get too exhausted. Just replenish yourself wherever you can. Replenish yourself in stillness. Keep coming back to simplicity if you need a break. If you need a minute, if you need some time to check in and to, use each other to support each other and feel it out.
It's coming from like the textures of the natural body and the natural world a little bit, We're also going to open all of these windows in the back and all these windows in the front, so you're going to see Lisbon in 360, or 180 degrees, right? In like panorama, which I think is like my favorite thing about this space. I wanted to feel as though we were here. Yeah. Really excited to work with people here locally. Already the performers that I've met and that I've started rehearsing with are like super motivated, but also have like really, really amazing, influences and yeah, I'm quite fascinated to learn more about being here. It's just a great opportunity for sort of a cultural immersion and hopefully an exchange that I can return in kind.